All right, so today we're talking about performance. We're talking about all the different things that go into that. A couple things that I'm going to run through, just some really basic stuff that I've learned when it comes to your performance. A lot of times we as MCs, we want to kick our whole song from beginning to end. The intro, the outro, all, 3, 4 verses. And for as much as we want to say what we have to say, truth of the matter is most people don't really care what we have to say. So what I've found to be as a little more effective is actually to, number one, get rid of your outros. Don't put an outro. I mean, how many times have you gone up there and you start rocking it, and then, you kicked your last chorus, and then you're kind of staring at each other like, on the outro, like, yeah! Just waiting for the beat to end. All right! Put your hands up. All right, kill that beat. Go ahead. Yeah, run that. Cut. Yeah, no, you can cut the beat off. No, the beat. No, not my microphone. Cut the beat off. Why? Why does that this happens all the time? Because think about what we do on record versus what we do live. They're two different things. And that's one thing I want everyone to kind of come to understand. What you do on a record and what you do performing are completely two different animals. There's a whole different set of rules to performing and doing your songs versus what you're doing your record. And a lot of times we record a song, we pour our heart into it. We want everyone to hear it exactly the way we did it on the record. And I'll tell you what, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work. Why? Because what we listen to, when you're just rocking and you got your headphones on, you've sat down to listen. You're ready to listen. But at a show, most people aren't really ready to listen. They're ready to rock. They're ready to get down. They're ready to move. They want to listen to some degree, but really what they want to do is experience. They want to move their body. They want to move their hands around. So we have to take these different rules into it. So the first thing I always tell people, most artists, I say cut your outros off. Don't even use your outro live. In other words, when you get to that last chorus, cut the song right there. Do a quick fade out. Here's the reason why. This is why it works well. Because if you're rocking, you're like da-da-da, you do your chorus, and then you just end, the crowd's like, oh. There's that little, oh. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? So when you take that time to cut the outros off, it abruptly ends it. It makes the audience suddenly go, oh, yeah. And it almost gives you a little bit of swag when you're done, like, song drops. So I always tell people when you're making your shows, cut your outros off. They're not usually needed. Very rarely, if you're going to use an outro on your track, only use 4 bars. And know where that 4 bar is going to end. And cut that 4 bar off right. Don't even put a fade out. There's no need for fade outs. It's not worth it. Second thing I always tell people, get rid of Dear Lord. Get rid of long intros. Okay? There's nothing worse. I make a phrase that I live by. Someone gave me. Don't bore us, get to the chorus. Okay? Don't bore us, get to the chorus. Why? Because here's the problem. We all, like on record, we want to do these big, like, emotional intros, get the sound building up, da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, that may work on your record, you know what I mean? About 1 minute into your song, but here's the problem if you do that live. Yeah! That's right! Y'all ready? Y'all ready too? Okay, after about 45 seconds, they're not only not ready, they don't like you anymore, okay? Because honestly, it's better to do a 4-bar intro, just bam, and come right with the chorus. Get that crowd, you need to pull them in as fast as you possibly can, okay? Don't bore us, get to the chorus. In fact, I would almost always recommend when you're starting off, go right chorus first, if you can. Sometimes we like to go right into the verse. You can do that. That's okay. But if you can start off with a chorus and it's something interactive, that always tends to work better. Third thing, learn to watch what your bar length is on your verses. Okay? 16-bar verses is really all you should do live. Okay? Guys, I want to kick 32-bar verses. You have to understand, and those that are watching by the internet, we're all conditioned to what the radio has told us since we were this big. Radio never goes longer than 16 bars for verses, okay? That's why you ever heard the term, the hot 16? I got a hot 16. That means you got a hot verse. 16-bar verses is what we're all conditioned to because of radio. So that means in your mind, in my mind, and everybody out there, we're expecting a chorus at 16 bars. So what happens if you don't bring the chorus in at 16 bars? I begin to, like, my mind wanders, I've stopped listening to you. You start losing the crowd because everyone is expecting on that 16th bar a chorus to come in. And when you don't bring the chorus in, you're in trouble. And as much as you rappers out there think people want to hear what you have to say, they don't care what you have to say. You have to make them want to hear what you have to say. You have to earn the right to be listened to, okay? And how do you do that? You do it by meeting them halfway. You meet them with the beat. You meet them with the chorus. If you can meet them with the chorus and meet them with the beat, then they'll listen to what you have to say. And as MCs, that's what we always want to do. So that's the second thing. Now, what I'm actually do, this is the other problem, because that's just basic general knowledge. Make your verses, make your songs short, to the point, et cetera, et cetera. One thing we tend to do, and this is where we mess up, is the songs we pick to perform live, okay? Because we're new, we don't know, we have the song that we love, isn't always the song that the crowd loves, okay? The songs that we're excited about because we have something to say in it, isn't the stuff that they're necessarily excited about. What I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to play you 4 different beats. What we're going to learn, I'm just going to throw it out here. There's a thing called BPMs, which is song tempo. The BPMs means how many beats are in per minute. Okay, every song has a tempo, it has a BPM. In fact, certain styles, you know, Dirty South has a slower BPM than hip-hop has about a mid-tempo BPM. Club music has a high BPM, okay? Each one of these works in a different way. So what I'm going to kind of do, I'm going to actually test you guys. If you're familiar with beats per minute, you may or may not be. I'm going to actually throw out 4 beats. I want you to tell me, just take a guess what you think the beats per minute are on there, okay? Here's the first one, all right? Yeah, what do you think the tempo is? I'll give you a hint. Most Southern music is somewhere between 70 and 85, maybe 90. Some Southern music, most Southern tracks are about 70 to 90. So what do you think this is clocking in at? 78. Got a 78? 75. Okay, it's actually 80. That's right there in the middle. It's exactly 80 BPMs. So what's the feel of this? It's kind of got a head nodding. Obviously, you know, this is one of the biggest songs of last year. This is Why I'm Hot. Told you all the reasons why he's hot. In case you didn't know, he's hot, I guess. Why he's hot. Now, did you notice that was a New York dude that got huge mainstream play in the South, which is not very common. Why? Because instead of him rapping over the normal New York mid-tempo beats, he slowed it down. This is kind of has a Southern feel. You know what I mean? Why? Because in the South, people roll in their cars and listen to music. Okay? They roll slow. They want to bump it. They want to bump in their car. That's why the music in the South is slower. Okay? Moving on to the next track. Which one feels a little faster? 125. That one feels faster. Okay, definitely. It is faster. Take a guess on the tempo. What up, Will? What'd you say, 175? Oh, it's definitely not 125. I'm going to play you some, I'm progressively going faster, okay?
I'll say 89.
We got 89, we got 92. What'd you say?
95.
95, okay. You're all pretty close. It is actually 90 BPMs, okay? That one's 90. Okay, now what's the feel? Did you notice we went from boom, 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 boom to this? In 10 BPMs, you totally changed the way you vibe to the music. Did you notice that? You went from bouncing, or maybe just vibing, just rolling, to head nodding. This is a very classic East Coast kind of beat. This is just, okay? So now I'm going to speed it up a little bit more. Take a guess what you think the BPMs on this is. All right.
100.
120.
120.
Okay, it is actually 100. It is 100 BPMs. Did you notice? Now you guys were still kind of vibing, but you were definitely moving a little bit more than normal. You see what I'm saying? Your head wasn't moving as much, and your body started moving a little bit more. Why? Because now we're getting into club speed. Okay, this is club type speeds. Club tracks usually are about 99 and above. Now you're going to find that when you do your shows live, anything that is below 98 tends to not move the crowd, but at best you're going to get a little bit of head nod and maybe some bounce. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying these for a reason, is because the tracks you pick and the speed tempos you pick to rap on will determine how the crowd's going to move to your show, or if they're going to move at all. Okay?